Hello and good morning, and welcome back to the Autocraft SMP. It's a lovely day and we have a lot to get done, so let's get right into it. Yeah, I have a lot planned for this episode. There's a lot to get done, and it's a bit of a mess in here. We have a bit of a chest monster forming, we have a bit of a shulker box thingy going on, a lot of terraforming to do, just a lot to get done overall, so we're just going to go right into a time lapse. So I thought I'd briefly talk about what we're doing here real quick. So first of all, we're cleaning up the chest monster, but we're about to build a really cool enchantment room. So what I've designed it to look like is a couch and table. So there is no bookshelves. The bookshelves retract into the floor and the wall while we're not using it, but there's a pressure plate that brings them back in. I thought this was kind of a cool design that would help integrate the space, integrate an enchantment table into the space. And now we're building a kitchen. I actually used armor stands to create different kitchen things. So I have a salt and pepper shaker, I have plates on the table, we also have a couple just like random things around here. I tried doing a electrical outlet, although it doesn't look good at all, and I still haven't removed it, and I'm mad I haven't removed it yet. I still need to do that. Although I do want to add buttons to the vent that's hanging above the stove. I think it would just be a little nice touch. I also added a little piston head there. I think it kind of looks like a microwave if you stretch your imagination a little bit. So here, what I'm doing, I actually really enjoy this idea. It's a lake, not a lake, but it's a little water thing that you just walk over with stepping stones like that. I've lived in a house that's had that out front, and I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. Like, it just is. So now we get to do a bit of deforestation. Sadly, it's not the only time today we do deforestation, but we get it done. It kind of needs to happen. We're redoing this entire hillside. It looks horrible. No offense to the Minecraft generation, but do better. I'm just kidding. But I had my own stuff, my own plans in mind for what I'd like to do with this. So just clearing it all out, and we're now building the new shaping. This is where I learned I'm really bad at shaping, and I had to redo this part. So it was coming out really far. I figured it would take way too much time. It just wouldn't look that good, so I pulled it in a little tighter. I looked at some Cliffsides on Google Maps and got some good inspiration from that. So go ahead and just relax and enjoy the music for now. I'll catch you all in about a minute or two. And out of nowhere, we were attacked by Splash's, Rustic, and Zame and their fleet of flying machines. Luckily the damage wasn't too bad, but I sadly lost my 100 levels when they killed me during a small skirmish. Alright, so I've finally finished up the shaping of this cliffside, and I guess the whole mountain hill thing overall. It's taken me much longer than I'd like to admit, and I've gotten much less done than I would have liked. But I have gotten a beacon, quote-unquote solid gold beacon. It definitely doesn't have iron in the inside, don't tell anyone. But I'm pretty happy with the shaping of the cliffside, and just the shaping of this overall. Let's actually fly up here so you can get an aerial look. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I tried to base it off of real life cliffs. I didn't actually touch that bit over there yet. There's still a lot more that needs to get done with this, but I think this is a pretty good start for now. But it does have a big flaw besides the lack of detail and depth, which I'll be adding over the course of the next few episodes because I'm kind of done with this for now. It's holding us back. It's an unintentional mob farm. It spawns zombies and creepers and spiders, all those guys, like nobody's business. And I really don't enjoy that at all. I mean, I guess I could torch spam it, but that just won't look any good. I've been working on lighting ideas. These are little mushrooms. They'll kind of be scattered around the forest is my idea. This uses an armor stand to create a pumpkin. Not a pumpkin. What? That's not a pumpkin. A mushroom looking thing below the height of the end rod. So I think it's kind of a fun idea. I'm still going to play with these. I'm sure if you watch Good Times with Scar, you'll see and recognize that. I did take that from him, but I've been trying to change it and make it my own because I love this as a lighting idea. We have to head to the shopping district now because apparently our shop's out of stock also. All right, so I'm back at the shopping district and things have changed quite a bit. There's a lot of new shops and grass. So what's happened here? Wait, what's going on here? Welcome to the boneyard. Welcome to the bone. So splashes raised the terrain, but the bone shop was below ground, so they just made it like a fossil dig site, which I love that so much. All right. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's the challenge. Okay, so this is a challenge thing. I think you pay diamonds. Yeah, this book here, I think. Welcome to the challenge accepted. To receive a challenge, deposit 1 diamond in the chest. The challenge number will appear near you. Proceed to the corresponding shulker box for challenge details. If you complete the challenge, you're rewarded. You're allowed to take a reward and leave the challenge items in its place. To accept the challenge, rename your challenge paper with your name and leave it in the correct shulker box. You have 48 hours to complete the challenge honor system. All right, so I do want to do this, but not yet. I'm not ready to do this yet. Plus, we really don't have the diamonds. Oh, there's a map of the shopping district. Look at that. Oh, and that's our bee shop, which I really need to terraform, but I'm not really in the terraforming mood right now. Let's head over there real quick. This place is looking great. So this is what we're here for today. It's our only shop. I do need to make more. And we have a bee starter kit purchase. A mechanic messaged me about this, and I told him I'd get it to him by today. We're on a deadline right now. So the bee starter kit, what's in the bee starter kit? Here we go. 2 bees, 1 beehive, 16 diamonds. Sounds good. I can do that. So he's paid me 16 diamonds for it. We are out of honey. Oh, all this honey has been bought too. I already collected the diamonds from that, and I've already spent them. There's more honey bought there. Oh, people are buying honey. Also, these bricks are for me. I forgot about these. I gave Alex some diamonds, and he gave me some biddies, some diamonds. No, he gave me some bricks. My brain is doing okay right now. So we need to get him a bee starter kit. We need to get that together. Also, we need to restock our honey, and that's a problem because this machine is broken. It makes me really sad to say that, but it's kind of clogged. We have a really bad honey clog problem I need to fix, which I can do. I've been really lazy. So I guess I need to go gather some sand, make a bunch of glass, and fix the honey clog problem. What we're gonna do before that is I'm gonna gather together the bees we need here and deliver them to Mechanic. All right, so we've arrived at the Mechanic's area with his bee starter kit. I've actually put 2 sacks of honey bottles in there just because I'm running a little late, I'd say. So just as a little complimentary thing. And this is really cool. I don't know where to drop this off. Oh, I can see he's been busy with bees. At least 5. Oh, he's over there. It's AFK. But I imagine if I just put it next to... Oh! What? Oh, okay, there's a water source in the middle. I assume because I've been really bad at my shop. Yeah, I can see he's starting up a bee farm here. Big sad. I'm losing business. How do I get to him? Well, I guess I'll just check this in his inventory. Alright, cool. So we've delivered. Let's get out of here. You don't get delivery like this anymore. No, you don't. Alright, so now we have to go ahead and restock the honey shop, which I'm still not quite sure I'm going to do. I know I did find a backup supply of honey in my base. I guess I should just fix the machine, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's just fix the machine. Alright, so in order to do this, I need to expand the roof up a couple blocks. Apparently there's water here, so I'm going to need to be careful. And then we're going to put chests and stuff in here. I mean, you'll see in a moment. You'll see what I'm doing here. It's going to really just automate the process. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this hopper line yet. We'll see in a minute. So I finished the redstone. It's rather nice. It's very simple. It just basically evenly distributes it between each dispenser, and I have a buffer chest here that they go into, as well as a little item elevator for droppers. I tested it. It does work, but we do have a problem. And it's a very important problem. And we've had this problem for a while now, actually. We have nowhere near enough glass bottles. We need roughly 2 double chests worth of glass bottles for this thing to work. I know we have more glass bottles up at base, but it's nowhere near enough. I took all the honey out of here, and I think this actually might be enough to restock the shop, so we're going to try to do that. But yeah, we don't get a lot of, we don't have many bottles. We do have a lot of honeycomb though. Like, I don't know what to do with all this honeycomb, to be completely honest. So much. I've actually turned off this entire thing. This side is off. I've also retooled it. So this side is honeycomb only. This side is honey only. This side's gonna need like a shulker box storage system or something, or like automatic destruction of the honeycomb. I don't know. It's clogged. This also has a lot of honeycomb. But we need to work on getting glass bottles. I am gonna go to the desert and just fill up a few shulker boxes with sand and then smelt them down. Wish me luck, because I don't have an auto smelter, and I don't feel like doing that right now. Alright, so we've somewhat restocked the shop. We've put some honey blocks in here. Sadly, I have no honey bottles, but we were able to get a couple glass bottles from here. We have 4 shulker boxes to fill with sand, so we can get more glass bottles. I have my work cut out for me. But before we do that, we gotta let everyone know so they can come give us their diamond. Alright, so I've grabbed 4 shulker boxes of sand. That actually wasn't that bad. I did have to repair my shovel once, and I'll probably go repair it again afterwards. And it was a pretty satisfying and clean clear out of a desert. But now I have the task of smelting all this down and creating glass bottles. Sadly, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 glass to 1 glass bottle. Very annoying. But we're gonna hook up all the glass in this 28 or so furnaces I made. I mean, I have a lot to do, like a lot, and I'm just gonna sit here just putting glass in and watching YouTube. I mean, 1 sand, 2 sand, 3 sand, 4. We have a lot of glass to make. So I finally finished smelting down all this and the glass, whatever you want to call it. It's taken me like an hour. And I put in these hoppers just so I didn't have to sit there manually putting it in and out. And we have 4 shulker boxes of glass bottles, which we're going to feed into the system in the best way I can think possible, which is for shulker box. Very straightforward. We also have these we're going to put in later. But if we hop up here in the very ugly, and I have to clean up redstone, I feel like half of this has just been fragmented sentences, because I'm very tired right now. But we plop this in, and it should feed up the glass bottles through this. It will go all the way to the end, and then they'll slowly feed down these. Actually, before we even do that, I want to get rid of all this redstone dust. 20 or so minutes of me rambling about this thing not working later. Alright, so the system is filled. I actually ended up filling a lot of it manually, just to make sure it was filled evenly. So, and I have some extra going through now. It's time for us to turn it on. I actually need to grab some redstone. Oop. And we will fire all these systems. Okay, that sounded good. 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 Alright, so all 8 of these just fired. They should have all just used 1 glass bottle. But now we have honey bottle side and honeycomb side. Yeah, the 8 honey bottles that we got have now come through. So I'm just going to pop these down and just fill them up again. And I'm going to end up AFKing here overnight. Just because I want to get as much honey as I can. I probably need to throw away some of this honeycomb. I don't think I need any more honeycomb than this. I forgot a way to integrate it into a build or something. I'm also going to lower the price for honeycomb at the shop, because I really don't need this much honeycomb. But yeah, the system works. I just need to add more chests, as I keep saying, and then we're good to go. Alright, we've had a pretty successful bit of AFKing. If we look here, look at all that honey. And I've also been informed that we're out of stock now at the honey shop, which means I wasn't actually out of stock. They rearranged them to say hi. I like that. Although I am out of stock on honey bottles, but it's okay. I have a lot of honey to restock with. All right, I've stocked up the honey a little bit more. I have 48 in here, but it's 1 diamond per 8, and that's clear, so that's fine. And in here, I've stocked up just a line of honey bottles. I think that will do the trick, and we should be good to go. On to our next little activity of the video. And in order to do that, there's a ton of things that we need. One of those things is 6 stacks of hoppers, which is going to be about, I did the math, 30 stacks of iron. So I'm going to buy it all here. I'm sure I have some at home, but this should be easier for me. And we'll also need just 1 of these. Right, so we'll buy 1 of these, and I'll just take that one. And then we're going to buy the 10 of these. And I need gold as well, and quite a bit of it too, while we're at it. Oh, I'm gonna need to AFK. We have no gold here. Alright, this should be enough gold. I think 3.5 stacks should do the trick. Of blocks, that is. Oh, and this too. So, our next big project, it's going to be a flower farm. I'm actually really excited for this build, because it's going to be more than just a flower farm. It's going to be a dye production facility, and I'm still haven't quite decided on this part of it, but also going to produce concrete as well. My idea for the theming of the building is to be like a, I don't know if the time period's right, but like a 50s style factory. If you think like the Ghirardelli factory square in San Francisco, that's gonna be one of my big inspirations for this build. I think it kind of fits what I want for the aesthetic. But the first component of that we're gonna build is why we've chosen the location we have. This is a flower forest biome, which means flowers will grow in the exact same spot every time you bone meal it. So you'll always get these blue ones here, these white ones there, these oxydaisies here. You know, they'll consistently be in the same place. Although I did kind of spread it just slightly outside the biome as well, so we get a little bit of red and yellow in here as well. And we're going to get some seeds that we can turn into bone meal to help fuel the farm. It won't be quite enough to keep it fueled up, but it will be enough to kind of supplement additional means of fueling it. We might need to put in a bamboo farm or something like that just to get extra bone meal. But I'm going to quickly show you the actual design I am working with and why we need such a large area. The one thing about this build for me, it's going to be very sad because we're taking this very beautiful flower forest, like very beautiful, and we're making it into a factory. And I think that's part of the funny, not necessarily funny, but one of the more ironic parts about it. It's very realistic in that way. So we're going to go take a look at the farm I've designed, and then we're going to build it. Alright, so this is a design I've made. It's very similar to other ones you've seen, probably by like Exumavoid or Impulse SV. One of those people have built similar designs to this. But we have two different collection methods at play here. One that goes along the top to push little excess flowers that aren't picked up with the minecarts off the edge, and also minecarts. The reason why I have both of these is if I had one without the other, we would have loss. Just the way the farm works, it's kind of hard for me to get full grab with just one or the other. So I've had to be creative in the design. Although the output of the farm is pretty good. This is a little over an hour, I think. It actually might be just about an hour. That's quite a bit of flowers. And also down here, a bit of bone meal. It's not much. It's definitely not enough to keep the thing running. But it's a very loud design. So I do have an on-off switch here. And it's all kind of precisely timed with a hopper clock down here in Etho. Yeah, it just got really loud. The Etho hopper clock. I feel like I have to talk really loud now. Okay, that should be more tolerable. But an Etho hopper clock right here, which has, I think, a 16-second delay or something like that between each fire. So it runs quite a bit. But it is very laggy and very loud, and it takes an absolute ton. Oh, wow, this chest is already empty. This was filled all the way up to here, by the way, and it ran for about an hour. But you can see it's pretty quick. It produces a lot of flowers, and it's not that big. I mean, it's pretty big, but it's not that big. It's only about 4 shulker boxes worth of stuff, so it's not that bad. Alright, so we have the base plate down for our flower factory, and you can really tell the scale of this building and what it's going to be like. And it's actually really helping give me ideas of how I'm going to plan out the area, what it's going to look like, just having this down. Like, one of my plans is, this is gonna, not this specifically, but the factory's gonna extend out, and we're gonna have a pier here with a boat. I don't know, I think this is gonna be a really cool build. The next thing we have to do is we need to start building the actual shifting platform, because that's what the flowers will generate on. We use dispensers full of bone meal to bone meal grass. The grass will then sprout flowers, and then we kill the flowers immediately, and collect them for our own needs. Okay, with this platform in place, the shifting floor, we can start putting in the pistons. So the way that we go about this is, on each side we have 20-something pistons. It's quite a few pistons, actually. But on one side, they're right up against the grass, and the other side, they are not. So that way it just shifts the floor, and we don't really need to use sticky pistons, which for me, aren't the most financially viable. I have no source of slime, so I kind of have to... This works out better for me. Although we do have a lot of slime blocks involved in this machine, because sadly, honey blocks cannot transmit power. What I'm going to do next with this is I'm going to build the circuit for these pistons, and we can test that. Nice and quick and easy too, which will be pretty great. There's whole like arms. It looks really cool when it's in. Like, I really love how this bit looks. All right, with this button, I would have finished the circuit, and we can give it a test. Okay, so, oh, all right, that did work. Yay! I guess these timings are a little long. I don't know. Well, they probably are, considering it took a really long time. Fire that again. Yeah, we could probably turn that down quite a bit, right? Because it definitely doesn't need to be that long. And I have 2 more up there, I think are also set at 4 times. Yeah, they are. So we'll turn that down a bit, because it doesn't need to take that long between each push. But next thing we have to do is we have to do the item collection system. And this is going to be a little tricky because in terms of amount of space, we have very little. Basically what's going to happen is we need to put a layer in right here where the hoppers are going to run. Hopper minecarts, that is. And we're going to be able to get inside that gap and put down rails. I am not excited for this bit. It's not going to be fun. And I also have to get some slabs because I didn't bring slabs. So we're going to use those to power the powered rails, and that way it doesn't power this redstone down here. And we also need to connect up these dispensers to an input chest because they need bone meal. You know what I hate more than placing rails? Placing rails in a 1 block high space, because it's hard enough to place rails as it is, but if you walk a little too far, you just pop up and you have to go all the way back to the beginning and go back down. It's a whole process, and a lot of mistakes are constantly made because rails are not the most cooperative of things. No, a block. Alright, with these last 4 minecarts, we should be ready for a test run. So we have our minecart collection system here. We have the flying machine collection system up there, which actually doesn't have the water troughs here yet, so that's important. I need to remember that. We don't actually have any bone meal in the machine, so it's not actually going to create any drops. This is just a test of whether or not it works. Although, there is no button up here, and that makes me kind of sad. So, we'll try this one first. Alright, that's not promising. I'll head back up, but everything just got back. Everything's right in the back place. Yes, everything good. Alright, now let's try the flying machine. This is the one that really scares me, because flying machines are scary if you mess up. You know, in terms of mess ups, that could have been way worse. What went wrong? What did I miss? So, this observer right here is facing the wrong way. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, it's moving. I did leave a block behind. Oh, because those blocks aren't actually supposed to be there. Oh, let's just tap those real quick. When it reaches the other end, it should fire and come back. Yes, it worked. It worked. Let me get out of the way. Okay, so we have our flying machine collection system that will push the blocks, the items off to the sides, which is perfect. It's what we need. Alright, I'm here to build flower farms and to spend diamonds. And I'm all out. And I've pretty much finished the flower farm. Alright, we're gonna buy as much of this as we can. I've grabbed all the bones I can from my place. Oh, 1 stack for 1 diamond. I have 35 diamonds. Oh no. I broke it. Alright, all we have left now is 5 measly diamonds. We need to get to business. We really need to open other shops. I guess go mining, but plenty of bones. That should keep us going for a while. I'll try to contact... I don't quite remember who owns the shop. I'll figure that out and I'm going to contact them, let them know they're out of stock because I bought all their bones. They're going to be very happy to see a chest full of diamonds. I actually just met up with Alex FPS, and he just gave me a shulker box full of bone blocks for free because I was watching a stream and talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I have some extra bone blocks if you want them. This is awesome. It means I can really stock this thing up for a full run. Alright, and we're going to use this bone to load the flower farm very predictably. With this little machine I have set up here. It's a very complicated unloading system. So I reconfigured it a little bit. It's definitely a noise machine, but it is working, and that's what counts. It's consistently firing upwards without too much of a problem. You're not supposed to be there. So in reality, we just didn't really need both sides, so I'm going to tear down that entire module on this side because it just doesn't need to exist, and we're going to just let it run for now. I think it might be slightly slower, but it is working now consistently. For both sides, that is. So you can hear it firing right in the background. It won't shut off if one hopper side gets completed, which is the sucky part about it, but I guess it'll be fine. Yeah, no clogging. That's good. Alright, so I filled up the bone meal. I think it's only gone up to here. It's only backlogged up to, I think, here. So it's not a ton of bone meal, although it was a shulker box full of bone blocks, so we really do need some source of bones that we can mass produce. But I think this is a good time as any to give it a proper test run. I've added some chests just so we can store all the drops that we'll get, because we're going to get quite a few. That's on switch. I made a little control room right here next to this. Here's a control room, lever. Alright, so theoretically if we go up here now. Oh, that sounds promising. We should see it. Bam. We could probably increase the speed of that, actually. Doesn't need to be that slow. But it works. and we were getting tons of drops, and we can go down here at the bottom, and like machines are just cleaning up the mess. Actually, one thing I really love to watch about it, we never finished up in the walls around the place. It's fine. I think it works out okay. Yeah, I think it does. We should still add them though. But let's head down here. We'll see how it's doing. We aren't getting any drops yet. Aren't we getting any drops yet? Alright, coming through here. Oh, I forgot a hopper right here. Okay, that's my bad. So now the drops will make their way down to this chest. It really isn't anything too complex. We're basically going to take all these wheat seeds and turn them into bone meal, as well as other things that we'll produce. The thing that we're going to do, we're going to have a large central bone meal making factory. This is not today, by the way. We're pretty much almost done for today. We're going to have somewhere over here, I don't really know where, very central in our facility, a factory that makes bone meal. So we're going to send all the different items that aren't kept, so the wheat seeds, for example, we'll be sending those into a central facility to produce bone meal. So I think we'll make another crop, probably, I don't know, bamboo. I want something that grows fast that we can harvest a lot of really quickly. I'm going to do a little research and see which item that is, because I have no idea what that is off the top of my head. But this is pretty much all the time I have for today. I'm not going to keep running this machine because we don't really have anywhere for the stuff to go, and we don't really need the dyes yet. But it's good to know that it works, and it works pretty well. I'm probably going to increase the speed of it because this is a little slow. I mean, it's good for lag's sake, I guess. But I do want to speed it up. So, that's all for now, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more, and I'll be seeing y'all next time. Bye for now. Alright, so I filled up the bone meal. I think it's only gone up to here. It's only backlogged up to, I think, here. So, it's not a ton of bone meal, although it was a shulker box full of bone blocks, so we really do need some source of bones that we can mass produce. But I think this is a good time as any to give it a proper test run. I've added some chests just so we can store all the drops that we'll get, because we're going to get quite a few. That's not those. I made a little control room right here next to this. Here's a control room, lever. Alright, so theoretically if we go up here now. Oh, that sounds promising. We should see it. Bam. We could probably increase the speed of that, actually. Doesn't need to be that slow. But it works. And we're getting tons of drops, and we can go down here at the bottom, and like machines are just cleaning up the mess. Actually, one thing I really love to watch about it, we never finished up in the walls around the place. It's fine. Oh, I forgot a hopper right here. Okay, that's my bad. So now the drops will make their way down to this chest. We're going to send all the different items that aren't kept, so the wheat seeds, for example, we'll be sending those into a central facility to produce bone meal. So I think we'll make another crop, probably, I don't know, bamboo. I want something that grows fast that we can harvest a lot of really quickly. I'm going to do a little research and see which item that is, because I have no idea what that is off the top of my head. But this is pretty much all the time I have for today. I'm not going to keep running this machine because we don't really have anywhere for the stuff to go, and we don't really need the dyes yet. But it's good to know that it works, and it works pretty well. I'm probably going to increase the speed of it because this is a little slow. I mean, it's good for lag's sake, I guess. But I do want to speed it up. That's all for now, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more, and I'll be seeing y'all next time. Bye for now. You know, I think this could be a good workout. I mean, like, what can we go? I think this would be a good exercise.